Welcome to another episode of Kitchen Corner. This is the action portion of our Gospel Health in Action series. I pray that as we view and participate in these sessions, we may claim God's promise in 3 John 2. Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayst prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth. This evening we will be doing what I call my JellyBean recipe. And ingredients we will need today is the white portion of our jelly meat, the coconut jelly. And this is abundant in fiber and works well to help you feel full faster after eating. It also contains micronutrients and vitamins and also works to strengthen the resistance of and promote the body's metabolism. We will also be using our beans. We call it broad beans in Jamaica, but in other places I see it is called lima beans. This is what we will need. We will boil the beans. Next, we will need 1 or 2 large onions. And I love onions, so I like to use even 2 large ones. We will need sweet peppers or bell peppers. I love to have the variety of colors. It gives your dish a very colorful presentation. We have our eskellion, will be finely chopped. Our thyme, Jamaican thyme, really very aromatic and makes your food excellent. And we also have what we call Scotch bonnet pepper or seasoned pepper. It does not have to give you the spicy feel, but it gives the food a very good flavor. We have our powdered ginger, and this is actually homemade. Whenever you have the ginger, you can also chop the ginger in small pieces and use it, but I choose to use the ginger powder. How we get the ginger powder? When you peel or scrape the skin from the ginger, you let it dry, air dry, and then you use a grinder to grind it into a powder. And that is how this one is made natural. Then we have 2 teaspoons of turmeric or curry. If you are going to use the curry, please ensure that the ingredients are natural. The one that I am using, it has turmeric, coriander, cumin, and fenugreek. So ensure that your curry powder is natural. And then we have our cold pressed olive oil. We will need 3 tablespoons of this to saute our vegetables. At this time, we will go on to boiling our beans. They have already been washed, so I will pour them into the pot to be boiled until they are tender. We will dice our jelly in small pieces on here. So you just take the knife, gently remove them, remove these brown parts. Although they can be eaten, but you know, for presentation we remove these brown parts. I cut them in sizes, reasonable sizes, alright, maybe 1 inch. Cut them, alright, nice and smooth. And you do not want this part, the meat that you have, to be too hard or too soft, alright. If it's too hard, it will be as if you're cooking it. If it's too soft, it will disintegrate in the pot. Although it will not be cooked for long, but you want it to be reasonably firm as well as soft. And when you eat it, it gives you a nice texture, a nice flavor. Alright? As God's people, present truth, this is the only flesh that we should be cooking to eat. The flesh of the coconut. Really nutritious and has many health benefits. Now we are going to prepare our natural seasoning, our garlic, our onions, and our sweet pepper. We are going to chop them. So for my scallion and my thyme, I like to add them at the very end. Now for my Scotch bonnet pepper, I just gently take a bit off, a small portion, and then I put it on the top. So we do not get the spice, but we get the flavor from our Scotch bonnet pepper. So now we are going to put everything into our saucepan. Our cold pressed coconut oil is what we use, not olive oil. If that was mentioned before, we use our coconut oil. 3 teaspoons of cold pressed coconut oil, and if you could just smell the aroma that this pure oil gives. Alright, and then we are going to add our natural seasoning. First we add our curry. I like to add my garlic next because that gives it a really nice flavor to start the process with the seasoning. All right. And we do this for maybe about a minute so that the curry or the turmeric powder gets a little bit cooked. And then we continue adding our sweet peppers. So we stir these in, saute our natural seasoning, alright, the garlic, the sweet pepper, and now I will add my onions. Nicely folded in until all that white becomes yellow. If you love curry as much as I do, you will enjoy doing this. Add our beans to our pot. As well as our oregano leaves and our dried basil leaves. We add all this and we stir everything in. And our seasoned pepper or Scotch bonnet pepper really gives a nice aroma and flavor to your cooking, and you do not have to contend with the spice. If you do it like this and just gently fold it in, we are not going to be cooking this for any length of time. We have the heat very low. And now this is the outcome of our meal, and it is served with quinoa cooked in coconut milk, with garnished with parsley, with some tomatoes at the side. Please do enjoy and let us know how you prepared, how it was for you in your preparation of this recipe. Thank you for tuning in, and please join us once more when we will present another recipe in this our kitchen corner. Thank you.